Welcome to the cool down, guys. You can do this at the end of a day of competing or after one of your running sessions. Now the idea with the cool down is to bring the heart rate back down, bring the breathing rate back down and take our bodies back to baseline. So it's going to be nice and slow, nice and relaxed. There's going to be more static stretches, but as always there's going to be some things that you feel are more beneficial to you, and if you need to spend longer in any of these stretches or just do the whole exercise for a little bit longer, then feel free to do that, okay? We're all adults, we know what we need. So the first thing that we're going to look to cool down and stretch is our hip flexors. Let's get into a lunge position. If we go knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, and we're going to bring our right foot through first, outside your right hand, and at this point now bring your torso nice and upright. Now what we want to avoid is our hips tilting forward or backwards. That way we can make sure that we get in the stretch where we want it, on our hip flexor, not on our quad. Okay? So it's not a case of leaning forward into it. The chances are then you are going to feel it more on your quad. So stay up nice and upright, squeeze that glute, keep your core nice and tight, and you should feel the stretch on your hip flexors just here. Okay? Off you go. And relax. So let's take both hands down. Let's take our right foot back and bring our left foot forward to the outside of our left hand and do the exact same thing this time on the other side. Let's remember, squeeze your glutes to keep your pelvis neutral, keep your core nice and tight, and off you go. And relax. So bear in mind, guys, if you want to spend longer on those stretches, pause the video now, do those stretches for a little bit longer. What we're going to do now is transition between the hip flexor into the hamstring stretch. We're going to go through these reps a few times on each leg. So we're going to take our right foot forward again, and now the stretch that I want you to be doing is essentially we're going to lean in and then we're going to lean back and bring our torso over to stretch our hamstrings. So we're going to lean in, feel the stretch on your back leg and underneath the front one, and then bring it back. Hands down, torso over your front leg. And we're going to do that a few times. Off you go. And hands back to neutral. Let's swap legs. Same thing on the other leg then. Okay, off you go. Rock through. And then rock back. And then back to neutral position. From this position, the next stretch we're going to do is our piriformis muscle. There's a couple of ways to stretch this. For those of you who know how to do the pigeon, feel free to do that if you feel a deeper stretch here. The one that I'm going to show you is more universally available for most people because they can get into the position easier. So feel free to do what suits you. Stretch I'm going to do with both feet out. Let's cross our right foot over our left knee. Try and sit nice and upright. Pull your knee into your chest, and then to increase that stretch you can twist into your knee a little bit. And off you go. Really try to breathe into those tight spots, guys. Nice deep breaths. Bring that breathing rate down. Okay, bring our torso back to center. Take our right foot back to straight in front and then swap legs. We bring our left foot over our right knee now. Pull that knee into your chest and then twist into it again if you want to increase that stretch. Off you go. Relax. Again guys, if you need to spend longer in those positions, just pause the video and carry on. The next stretch that we're going to do, we need to be lying on our back. So let's get down to the floor. Hands out to the side, as if you're in a T position. Try to keep your palms facing down. So what I want you to do is bring your knees above your hips and just rock side to side to get that stretch in your lower back. Okay, off you go. Nice and controlled. Keep breathing into it. And once you finish, you can just roll up to a seated position. Again, spend a little bit longer doing that if you think it suits you. And the last flow of the workout is going to be child's pose. It's a lazy dog, all the way through to Sphinx or Cobra, and then to downward dog. So that flow will look like this. If you just bring your eyes forward for a second, guys. Big toes together, knees outside your hips. We're going to sit back, feel that stretch. Take your hands forward. This is going to be your first position. Second position, when I call number 2, knees together underneath your hips. Try to get your chest down to the mat. Hold in this position for position 2. Number 3, we're going to bring ourselves forward onto our forearm, hips down, squeeze your glutes, and if you're able to, you can come up onto your hands and just move in side to side to find the tight spots for you. And then the final position, which is number 4, hips up, walk your feet in a little bit, and just paddle those heels. Okay, so those are the 4 positions. Let's go through that flow twice. We're going to sit in each position a little bit longer than I just did. So let's sit back. Number 1, off we go. Again, focus on bringing that heart rate down. Relaxing the muscles, big deep breath. Okay, knees together into 2. And we're going to come through into 3. Onto your forearms first, head and chest up, and onto your hands if you're able to. let's bring our hips up now, walk our feet in and paddle our heels close to the floor to get some calf stretches in. Again, we're going to go back through that one more time. So lower yourself down to your knees, take your knees outside your hips and sit back onto your feet if you're able to. Into position 2. Into position 3. And finish off with position 4. And you can bring yourself to your knees and then up onto your feet. And if you want to finish it off with some Jefferson curls, you can. Breathe in. And try to fall down one vertebrae at a time. And just let that lower back hang nice and loose as you go side to side. Feel the stretch on your hamstrings as well. And then reverse the movement, one vertebrae at a time, up you go. And again, you can do as many of those as you feel like you want to, guys. That's the cool down done. Hopefully your body temperature is returning closer to where it should be, and your heart rate and your breathing rate are also getting back to baseline.